Hi everybody, this is the late February update. I haven't filmed for about the last 30 days since the start of the quarter really. Haven't had too much time to do filming, but I have been working. Alright, just wanted to show you the soil I'm dealing with. Check this stuff out. It's just really dense clay with about 8 inches of like topsoil. And if you look really carefully, right here, you can actually see that the water is just weeping right out of the ground down here. Alright, so here's the other lemon guava, same like this one, right? And this is what it looks like with the first sort of watering of the initial sort of fertilization pile and all the other dirts and things. So I'm going to put a whole bunch more dirt in there and water it down and use this bamboo stick like this and just kind of probe around and make sure all the air pockets are gone, that kind of thing. All right, well, it's the next day. I should probably know what the date is, but at any rate, I'll put it on the screen. I decided to plant my black mulberry. So, hope you're starting to see the shape. Like, for example, if I stand here, you can see that these were the original plants I planted. That right here is the white sage. And then here's those lemon guavas I planted yesterday, or I planted that one yesterday. And then as you follow this curve, right, it's the curve of the spiral. See how it spins around and then connects there. And then right here is where I'm going to put my greenhouse, the circle right there. And that chair is in the middle, and that little stake is the center. So as it sweeps around, that white sage is directly in line with the center of the greenhouse. And so as it sweeps around, everything is going to kind of come off that spiral and curve around like that. And so the lemon guava, right? And then it starts to turn a little bit here, the first mulberry. And the second mulberry is going to be roughly around here. And then it's going to curve out, and then down there, oops, doesn't focus very well, but down there is the mystery lemon tree and the Meyer lemon tree right here. So that marks the end of the first arm of the spiral, so to speak. And then this right here is actually a yerba mate tree. And right there is the nectarine. And then we have quince. Oops. There's an apricot back there. These are lilies. That is a, I always forget the name of those ones. Cherimoya. That's a cherimoya tree right there. So anyway, this is the progress I've been making so far. Okay, well, it's still the February 26th. I couldn't help myself when I went to the nursery. I picked up some fertilizer and well, I couldn't stop from buying this beautiful burgundy plum. How nice that is. So anyway, got some nice flower buds, and it has a really nice branch structure, which I am happy with. So yeah, I'll take you down here. Here are those lilies I'm talking about. There's a whole burl of them down here. Here we go. This is the cherimoya. It kind of has a different sleep cycle than some of the other plants around here. And then this is what I'm going to plant now. This is a Meyer lemon. And then this is mystery lemon. At first I thought it was lime. And it might be lime. I'm not sure though. Anyway, I have a little citrus corner over here. Okay, I of course didn't film digging the hole and planting the random lemon tree, and well, I didn't film digging the hole and planting the Meyer lemon, but they are now in the ground, which is awesome. I figured I would record another voiceover set over the time-lapse footage clips. So here you can see me moving some base gravel and creating a very nice walkway to the entrance of my land. Previously I was just trampling over the grass and it was becoming really muddy. So I figured this would be a more pleasant way of getting onto the land. This walkway will also extend throughout the perimeter of the spiral so you can navigate through the trees and plants safely. And if you looked really carefully, you can actually see ants crawling through it, which is pretty cool. This is just a quick clip of when I planted my peppers. They're not doing very well because we got so many frosts, but it's better than nothing. This is when I started digging the circle of where the greenhouse will be built. As you can see here, the greenhouse is roughly 16 feet in diameter. It's a 50-foot circumference. 4 more feet. Here I found some abandoned asphalt, which I had to dig through with my spade shovel. That's what it looks like. In this clip, you can see that I am preparing the trench around the foundation of the greenhouse and getting it ready to install the French drain system. I'm digging it down about 8 inches to the surface of the clay layer to allow for the water to be captured and to be directed to the north side of the foundation, which is actually sloped downwards about 3%. All right, so I didn't film the process, but anyway, you saw me digging that trench, and then here's what I've done. I've laid this Easy French Drain is the name of the product. In this clip, you can see I am now preparing the foundation by pulling chicken wire, galvanized chicken wire, across the soil. This was intended to stabilize the bottom of the foundation. Then I'm layering this plastic ground fabric over the trench, and then I put down the French drain system and then covered it with layers of different sized gravel. In this footage, I am covering the surface of the chicken wire with this kind of anti-weed landscaping fabric. This will not only prevent the weeds from growing up through the foundation of the greenhouse, but it'll also keep the soil and foundation material from sinking down into the topsoil. In this footage here, I'm moving a mixture of soil and clay as a type of backfill to level out the pad for the greenhouse and also just sort of increase its elevation slightly so that it's not at the same level as the surface soil that surrounds the foundation. In these next series of clips, you can see that I am using a base gravel to create the perimeter of the foundation. In this clip, I thought I'd show you how I hauled the gravel using my e-golf. And I always like to say, who needs a pickup when you've got a hatchback? At any rate, I continue to create the perimeter of the foundation. Now, truth be told, I'm not a landscape architect, and I have no formal training. But I decided to create the perimeter, or I was sort of forced to create the perimeter of the foundation to be directly on top of the drainage trench. That was sort of by accident, if I'm being completely honest. But I think it will actually work in my favor. In the event of heavy rains, the water should catch the edge of the trench and drain underneath the foundation rather than eroding the edges of it. But that remains to be seen. Okay, and in this footage, I am now laying a crushed, like a 3/4 inch rock, which is acting as the foundation material proper. I decided not to use a concrete foundation because I want everything on this land to be considered relatively temporary in the event that I need to move the dome or some other situation arises. So in this footage, I thought I would lay a perimeter of brick, which would outline where the subfloor of the greenhouse would go. However, there were some measurements that I took that suggested I didn't need them, so I removed them. Then I laid the ground cloth over the foundation, and here you can see I am layering some subflooring particle board that has a silver-backed reflective lining, which will act as a vapor barrier. I intended to have some foam underneath, but decided not to, because I'm sort of just improvising. And in this last set of footage, these last couple of clips, I am actually beginning to build the geodesic dome greenhouse. This came in the form of a kit from Germany, and I will leave you hanging here so that you're excited for episode 3 when I complete the dome. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.